Welcome to this channel IBMI classes. Today in this session we'll be going to discuss a new and very interesting topic whenever a statement in embedded SQL. So we will be seeing how we can use whenever statement in our embedded SQL programs or SQL RPG programs. So whenever is a statement which is actually works upon a condition and do some action based on that condition. So that condition may be an error, a warning, or not found condition. So using whenever we can enable our application to handle errors, exceptions, and perform some actions based on those errors or actions. So before going into the program and give some demo on this one, I'll be letting you know that this is actually a non-executable statement which is embedded in your SQL RPG programs or in your application programs, and based on some conditions like not found, SQL error, or SQL warning, will take some action, or those actions will be like will be continuing to execute the below set of lines which is executing at that point of time, or will be using the go to tag which is pointing or go to some label in your program, so that to skip those number of lines in between that. And so we'll be basically using three clauses: SQL error, SQL warning when not found, and based on that we can use go to or continue. So not found is actually a case when SQL code becomes 100 and the SQL state becomes 02. An SQL error is a case when there are some SQL code is actually negative, less than 0. SQL warning is something which is SQL code when it is greater than 0 and it is not equal to 100. And we can use continue or go to host label, or continue is just to execute the next sequential statements of uh, that source program. So um, the most important thing is like whenever we are using this whenever keyword, whenever statement in our skill program, so this should be used before, or this should be preceded by the first skill statement which is used in the program. And this is like something, uh, if you have written n number of SQL um, statements in your program, execute SQL statements in the program, then you need to check SQL code each and every time. So to skip that, you can simply use whenever and then add those conditions and then some actions on based on that, and then you can do the same thing by using only whenever. So let's move to this program and just go through this. Here we can see that we have a file employee which have these fields: employee ID, name, address, phone number, email, and just select it. So this is the data in this file. This is a numeric field, employee ID, and this is a name of 10 characters. So what I did here, I have taken a name of variable, say 10 or 20, anything. Now I have written this: whenever SQL error, go to end label. End label is here, tag end. Whenever SQL warning, go to end. Whenever not found, go to end. So we have written SQL statement: select employee name into name from employee where employee ID equals to 1. So this is the SQL statement, and all these whenever statements are proceeded. Sure. And then we have check on condition. If name is equals to blank, then set the name as default, and this is the end tag, and this is annular on. Now just compile this program. Debug this program. Set the breakpoint at first line. Call this program pgm1 f10. So we'll be executing this statement. Can we see this? Yes. Name. We have fetched the name from table employee based on employee ID equals to 1. Now we can check SQL code eval SQL code. So SQL code is 0. So now it is executing these whenever statements. So there is no condition met, like SQL error, SQL warning not found case. So it will simply execute the next line and then annular on. So this is the success case. In this case, there is no error occurs. Now just create the cases with error, warning, and not found. Suppose I just used employee ID as 1111, say. Now in this case, record will not be found, as we have seen that there is no such employee ID present in the employee table. Compile this again with the changes and then debugging this program, setting the breakpoint at first line, calling this program, call pgm1, take f10. Now executing this statement, page down. So we can see that name is blank. We have eval SQL code. So we can see that SQL code is 100. That is no record found. Now this condition not met, SQL error. There is no warning at all. So when not found condition will be met, and the state, now it will move to the tag and tag, and this will end. So it will not execute the below statement if name equals to this blank inside this and this, because it met with this condition. Whenever not found, go to label end, so it will directly jump to the end tag. It will end. So we saw that not found condition occurs here. Now just change it a little bit. Now we'll be giving the error. So since employee ID is numeric, now we'll be giving a here, which is non-numeric, sure, which is a character. Now I'll compiling this. Now we'll debug this. Setting the breakpoint at line 1, then call this program. Now we saw that name is not fetched. Now check the SQL code. SQL code is -206, means there is some error. Can we see this? Column of global variable A not found. Now there's some error, means SQL code is less than 0, which is negative. Now this condition get SQL error condition met, and this will directly go to end tag from that point only. It will not check the below statements. Sure, and are on. So we saw these two conditions not found, SQL error. Now I'll just what I'll do I'll make this one name 1a. As we have seen that name is of 10 characters in file employee. Now set this as 1. Now it will fetch the name, but it will truncate that. So in this case, our SQL query won't fail. It will fetch that record, but the data will, or the result, you can say result, will be truncated. So in this case, a warning will be generated. So debug this program. Call pgm1 f10. Can we see the value? Yes. Now name is A, and the next characters were truncated because it can only hold one character value. And now we'll see what is the SQL code. SQL code is 000, but this is the warning. So after this, executing this statement, the cursor just jump to the end tag because this is a warning. Now suppose what we'll do, I'll use continue here. In case of warning, continue, don't jump or don't go to end label. Debug this program. Set the breakpoint at line 1, call pgm1. So in this case also, this will truncate, the value will be truncated, the SQL code will be 0 because that is statement is executed successfully. but this is a warning, so it will whenever SQL warning continue, so it will not go to this, and this will continue from the next line. And so it will be checking the next one also, then it will be executing this one if name equals to blank and tag. So this is the thing. So we have seen that we use whenever statement in embedded SQL uh, preceded by our actual SQL statement which we want to execute. So what we saw that we uh, just remove the SQL code checking from our program, and we just used whenever statements with not found SQL error or SQL warning conditions uh, or clauses, or we use go to true clause and continue clause in that one, and we saw several demos based on those. So if someone just want to learn this one, or someone interested in this one, they can see this video, and this will be very helpful to them, so that they will be getting a rough idea, basic idea that how they can use whenever statements in the SQL. And I must ensure them that this is a very useful thing, and it will be used in the industry as well. So thank you, and have a nice time.